With Columbina right around the corner, you might be about to throw away your Primogems. That's why today we're breaking down why DURIN in 6.2 could possibly be setting you up and be a trap banner, and why you might want to save instead. I get it though, we've all been there. A new character drops with amazing lore, they look great, they buff old characters, and you get an emotional attachment to the character before they're even released. Well, you may want to stop and think this one out because it could affect your Columbina pulls. The 6.1 banners are finally here, and I'm going to show you how you can get 25% off all of your Genesis Crystal purchases for it. All you have to do is enter your UID and the server that you play on, and then when you purchase, the Primogems get sent to your account instantly, under a minute. They also have hundreds of thousands of 5-star reviews and are heavily trusted. Loot bar costs $60 while Genshin costs $100. Definitely always use my link in the top link of my videos to get an extra 25% off. And if you sign up today, you get an additional 10% off coupon that you can use on anything you want to. So give the top link a check, see if there's any good deals on, and see how you like the site. If you guys would like to enter the 16,000 Primogem giveaway that I host for every single phase of an update, all you have to do is click the third link in the description. It's completely free. And the more points you get from doing the tasks, the higher chance you have of winning. Alright, so first of all, we're going to start with timing, because HERES' release order is never random. According to the current leak cycle, which is confirmed, DURIN drops in version 6.2 right before Columbina in 6.3. Does it sound familiar? A cool character being released before at Archon? Yeah, well, we've seen this exact play before. Think back when Lene dropped right before Farina, or Rothusly came before New Valette, or Navia before the Cloud Retainer. Even Arlecchino, Nahida, every time. The earlier banner looks pretty good. Amazing. They have a lot of lore within the game and it's deep. Their animations are great, they look amazing, and in the case of DURIN, he's here to buff old characters, and he's here to be a staple support in the game. So it's unfair for older players feeling like they're obliged to pull for him, so they can keep their old characters up to date. Especially with DURIN having great support and sub DPS aspects, players are going to feel more obliged to have to pull for him. Let's not even mention his lore. He has so much lore built up within the game, and to be honest, his lore is very cool. So the timing right before Columbina, who is arguably more hyped than DURIN, way more hype, it's a very sneaky placement. The nostalgia bait, and this is funny point, but take this into consideration. DURIN isn't just another face, he's directly tied to the Hex and Zircle. And the secret with the society of this includes Alice, Mona, Klee, Albedo, Sucrose, Vark Official, Venti, and even more. So basically he's connected to half the OG Mondstadt cast, and according to his leaks, his entire kit is built to buff them. And yes, that is correct. He can even apply direct buffs towards Venti and Klee in specific, and enhance their old kit, basically give them a new kit. DURIN isn't really here to compete with meta units, he's here to make old characters relevant again. And to be honest, this is genius marketing, because people who are most likely to pull for DURIN are players who already love these characters. If you've been a Klee main since the start of a game, or if you love Venti, or if you love any of the Mondstadt characters, you're pretty much gonna pull for DURIN. Now let's talk about DURIN's kit and the Hex and Zircle holdback. So let's break down his kit, because this is where the illusion cracks with DURIN. DURIN is a pyro sword unit with a dual form mechanic, and his skill lets you swap between the two dragon states, the white flame and the black corrosion. One focuses on wide AoE, the other condenses single target damage, and his burst adapts depending on which form he's in. Switching his buffs and pyro output sounds amazing, right? But there is a huge caveat. DURIN's strongest passives are locked behind Hex and Zircle synergy. This is not to say DURIN isn't going to be amazing with any other characters apart from Hex and Zircle members, but to unlock his full potential, you need at least 2 Hex and Zircle members in your team. And that's where the buffs go to Klee, Venti, Albedo, other old characters who are in the Hex and Zircle So while on paper he is a very good support, in reality, he is a pretty restricted support. Before we got any beta news on DURIN, players were expecting him to be a universally support for all types of characters, but nope. Let's talk about Primogem economics and how much Primogems usually we get in 6.2 and how many we're going to get in 6.2. So let's do the math. Free-to-play players get roughly 8,000 to 9,000 Primogems per patch. That's just enough for one 5-star pity, just enough. maybe not even enough. So if you pull for Durin and lose your 50-50, you may possibly miss Columbina next patch if you haven't got a guaranteed 50-50, unless you swipe that credit card. In 6.2, free-to-play players will only be able to get 62 pulls. And if this sounds familiar, that's because HERES has done this exact thing repeatedly. Remember, Lene looked like he'd refined Pyro DPS, and then Farina showed up and instantly outclassed him. And Rothlessly, he looked pretty powerful, but Neuvillette came right after and quite literally melted the entire abyss. Durin fits the same archetype, while he may stick around more relevant over time because of the older characters. Now let's talk about why waiting might pay off. Columbina is coming in 6.3, and leaks suggest she's gonna be one of the most strongest, basically the most strongest and most flexible units we've seen ages. Brand new mechanics, likely hybrid scaling, strong self-sufficiency. She does require some dependency on some Nod Cry members to boost her damage, but not a huge amount. You can use her without. Her kit is going to be very focused about support and sub DPS aspect, and she can even turn into a main DPS with more constellations. We don't know as much about Columbina, but it's definitely expected that she's going to be the biggest meta character for Nod Cry. So players thinking Durin was going to be that may be upset when they realize he's going to be a bit more niche focused for the Hex and Circle members. Okay, so now let's finally get into the final thoughts and should you pull for Durin. Pros and cons, so let's get into it. So he does have an amazing design. He can float when he's idle with his wings. He has amazing lore. Let's not even lie about that. His lore is quite amazing. He finally gives relevance to old characters like Clean Venti and all the Hex and Circle party members. Offers a pyro support playstyle that we haven't really seen before, so they are some amazing pros. Cons, he is locked behind his Hex and Circle team. He needs specific teammates to reach full potential, and he arrives right before a likely meta monster, Columbina. So I think it comes to this. Do you care about the current meta, or do you care about being a lore collector, a Mondstadt loyalist, bringing value to your old characters? Do you not really care about the new crazy meta, getting Columbina? Maybe go for Durin if you actually prefer him. But if you want to beast things, alright, if you actually want to go crazy, maybe get Columbina. But either way, these two characters are still going to be amazing, and I don't want this video to be negative and hinder you from pulling either one of them. Deep down, you guys know what you are going to do. I just made this video to bring some idea in your head. If you guys would like to win a Welkin, all you have to do is like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on all notifications for the channel, as I post pretty much every day Genshin information and updates. So, thank you guys for watching so much. See you in tomorrow's video. Peace.